of the November Township Board meeting. And would you stand, and Tom, would you like to lead us in the pledge?
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, sir.
And we'll ask the clerk to call the roll.
Walter Downer,
Present.
Thomas Sharp,
Here.
Troy Trisana,
Here.
John West,
Here.
Lee Tracy.
Here. So we'll show that the 4 trustees are here. We're also joined by, of course, the clerk, Benny Tracy, our assessor, Tammy Kavanaugh, our road commissioner, Chris Long, and our DATV camera person, Andrew Van Meter. First, the third item on the agenda is the approval of the minutes for October 12th. So is there a motion to approve the minutes?
Does there need to be a correction in the minutes?
I think we have to.
Is there,
I'll
yeah,
make the motion to accept the minutes.
I'll second it.
It's moved and seconded to accept the minutes. Is there any other discussion, any changes or additions to the minutes?
Yes, I would propose in paragraph 3,
Mm-hmm.
third line where it says roll call, 4 ayes and 1 abstain. I think there was only 4 people present there. I think that should be 3 ayes and 1 abstain.
And isn't,
Same thing. in
and
here.
actually you were here, were you not?
I was here.
Yeah, so it's really 3 ayes, 1 abstain, and actually the abstention was because Trustee Donnet was absent from the meeting for the previous meeting, and,
Yeah, we should add previous there.
right, and Trustee Thomas Sharp was not here. So you could only possibly have 1, 2, 3 ayes and 1 abstain, right?
Right.
Correct.
Same problem in paragraph 4, or numbered paragraph 4, the third part of numbered paragraph 4, the second line. Roll call, 4 ayes and 1 nay.
This is yours, is it, Troy?
No.
So it's 4 ayes and 1 nay?
Couldn't
No,
be.
there weren't any.
Couldn't be.
So it should be 3 ayes and 1 nay, or
No,
4 ayes and no nays?
no
Four.
nays.
4 ayes and no nays, right?
There were 3 of us and him.
Yeah, so it's 4
Right, so
votes.
it's 4
Yeah.
votes. Okay, so,
4 ayes and nay is 5 votes.
It says
So-
nays, none. Oh, up on the top line it doesn't.
Yeah.
Okay, sorry.
so the clerk have those?
I got it. Yep.
Clerk has those
Sorry about
additions.
that.
Any other corrections or additions to the minutes? If not, then let's have a motion or a vote on approval of the minutes as amended.
Let's see, who had the one? John West,
Yes.
Walter Downer,
Yes,
Tom Sharp,
Yes.
Troy Trisana,
Yes.
Lee Tracy.
Yes. So the next item on the agenda is the approval of bills to be paid in November. Before we do that, I think it's important that the trustees have looked at the bank statements and the budgets. Bank statements ending October 31st, and the budget information for that same period. Having said that, are there any questions about or comments about the bank statements or the budget information?
None from me.
I will make a couple comments, and one is that under general assistance, the bank statement shows that there were payments of $2,000 paid from the general fund. I have transferred money from the general assistance fund to the general fund because they should come out of general assistance rather than the general fund. I've taken care of that. And there was one other thing, I think. I think that's it. Having said that, the other problem is that we'll make this adjustment, but I had the mental health fund. We were supposed to have the final payment in October, and it somehow didn't happen. I'm not sure why the check wasn't written, so it will be written in November, which simply is kind of a addition to where we are with mental health. All right, so I would assume there, I hope, that the trustees have reviewed the general fund bills for payment, and I will entertain a motion to pay the general fund bills as summarized in the amount of, I'll tell you what it is, $48,899.90. Is there a motion to approve payment of the bills for the general fund in the amount of $48,899.90?
So moved.
A second?
Second?
Moved and seconded. And so let's have the clerk call the roll on approval of the bills for the general fund.
Troy Chisholm,
Yes.
John West,
Yes.
Walter Dominic,
Yes?
Tom Sharp,
Yes.
Lee Tracy.
Yes. And the road fund bills in the amount of $23,479.55. Any questions about anything on the road fund? If not, may I have a motion to approve payment of the road fund bills in the amount of $23,479.55?
So moved?
Second.
Moved and seconded. And so we'll have the clerk call the roll on the payment of bills for the road fund.
Walter Dominic,
Yes?
Tom Sharp,
Yes.
Troy Chisholm,
Yes.
John West,
Yes.
Lee Tracy.
Yes. Good. Next item on the agenda is an assessor's report.
Hello. Well, we're at, any changes for 2021 for us ended November 1st. So we'll be starting our new year pretty soon. So right now we're just catching up on sales, permits, and then we're doing some field work since it's still nice out, and drive-bys to see if home improvements are done for this year. If people pull a permit last year, we value them this year. If they pull them this year, we value them next year. So if we're out there now, we can see that they're done, and all we have to do is value them next year. So, hearings are done. I don't have the final status because they do have non-appearance that they look over when they have time. The board of review at the county, that is. So it was a pretty good year considering with COVID. It went well. Nothing new other than that.
Okay.
I have a question.
Mhm.
All the new development that's out off of Kirk Road, is that ours or is that Aurora's?
That is ours.
Okay, and you're getting all the paperwork on those?
Yep.
Yeah, there's a
Yeah.
lot of them out there.
It's-
Okay.
It's coming in fast, so,
All right.
yeah.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
there's a lot of new construction over there, and there's a fair amount of new construction on the
We had
west
over
side.
16 million in new construction this year,
Wow.
so we're booming.
Nice.
Whereas people say we'll run out of land, they certainly find spots to build. So, but that's good for,
Not only that, but
economy.
they're building, some of them are building expensive stuff. too.
yes. Timberwood.
Tanglewood. Any other concerns? Okay, next item is a road commissioner's report.
Everything's going smooth. We're into leaf pickup, and it's going good so far. We've got a long way to go, so I hope the leaves start cooperating. put in a preliminary estimate, ask for an estimate on the prospective next year's road project, so we're kind of waiting to get an estimate on that, see what else we can put in. And that's about it. Starting to set the trucks up for snow. So,
When's the last leaf pickup?
well, normally we want to try to do it the week of Thanksgiving, but it looks like this year it's going to go a little
May go
later.
another week at least, yeah.
So we'll go as late as we can.
Okay.
But once the snow gets in the way, then we're pretty much done. So we're going to play it by ear.
Yeah.
It looks like definitely the week after Thanksgiving. Maybe some after that, I don't know.
Okay.
This little snow we get this next weekend might help knock some of them down.
Yeah.
We can hope. It's been going good. Leaves are dry, they pick up nice.
Oh, yeah.
They're pretty fluffy yet. They haven't gotten wet.
They grind up good, so you get,
A lot easier to carry to the street too.
yeah. Yeah. Do you have any out down your road this week?
Yeah. They did a wonderful job, picked them up all on Monday morning.
Yeah, Ben was out.
Okay. Anything else?
That's it for me.
Good. Next item is public participation. I don't see any public. And next item after that is old business, and I don't really have any old business. So we'll go to new business. The only item of new business is proposed levies for the coming year. We need to make sure that we're consistent. One way to talk about them is that you can call them a levy. What these are levies to ask the county to tax for taxes levied in 2021 and collected in 2022. For the fiscal year 2022-2023. So Chris and I will come to a conclusion as how we want to label the levy, whether you levy it from the year levied to the year collected, or the fiscal year 2022-2023. Let's look at the township levy. Let's take these individually. Township levy. And I will just mention a couple things. And that is, one, the levy, as we know, is a request for taxes collected by the county.
Yeah, I need that.
The next thing we do is the budget,
No.
which is a plan for how you're going to spend that money. See, ideally, they should be done at the same time. I mean, it's difficult to levy, it's kind of difficult to levy without knowing what you want to spend it on.
Right.
But we go about it in calendar fashion as levying first, filing that with the county. So this is a proposed levy. Final levy will be adopted in December and then filed with the county in December. I'll mention that this levy, the Batavia Township levy, is based upon, there are two critical things. You can increase the previous year's levy by two things. The CPI, or Consumer Price Index, which is about 1.4%. And new construction, and it's really new construction in the year 2020 to be collected in 2021, right? Or levied in 2021. What I did was to take a CPI of 1.4% and new construction of $14,000, which may be a little high, even though the new construction for this year is much larger. So the final number is 2.59% higher than the last year's levy. We need to note that last year's levy, the levy as proposed and presented, exceeded the tax cap. So we asked for a levy of $1,174,826, and were actually received $1,167,482.07. So the current levy, that increase of 2.59% is over what the county extension was, which was lowered by the tax cap. Does that make sense? All righty. What I did was to increase personnel in both the general town administration budget and the assessor's budget, and to increase what we have called contractual services, which now is mostly social service agencies. The mental health, the Batavia Township Mental Health 708 Board passes a levy, which they pass on to us, so that mental health levy of $417,713 is what has been requested by the Batavia 708. Any other, well, why don't,
When we get cut by the county, does 708 funds get cut
Yes.
commensurately?
Yes.
So
So
everybody
that,
takes a pro rata reduction?
yeah, I mean, technically, when the county lowers it by the tax cap, it lowers the bottom line, and we could decide how to distribute it. What I did was to lower the mental health levy as originally suggested of $410,826 that last year. We lowered it to $408,252.63. So that change of additional 2.32% on the mental health is a percentage of what the county extension was, of what they actually got this year.
And how's a 708 board when they ask for X and you give them less than X?
Well, they have to take what we do. I mean, I'm not quite sure technically what authority the 708 board has to levy. They're not a governmental body. But it's a pass-through. They do a levy, which is really a request, and then typically we have taken that number and built it into the township budget. Yeah,
I'd like to make a comment.
okay.
I've got the last year's here, 21,
Okay.
22, and the
Yep.
total was $1,488,826. And the total for this upcoming period,
2, 3.
20, well, it says 21, 22, it should say 22, 23, shouldn't it?
The actual total budget of the budget as we discussed was $1,174,826. The county extension, which is the money we actually got, was $1,167,480.07. The
Okay.
increase is the increase over and above that, not what we'd requested in the first place.
Well, what I'm looking at is a reduction of like 20% unless my math is wrong.
How has it been reduced? So what are you showing last year's levy at?
Well, this is the budget, so.
Oh, that's different.
Yep, sorry. Sorry. My bad.
Yeah, I mean, we budget a whole lot more than we levy because we have carryover. We have money we did not spend this year, which we will carry over as income for next year. Any other questions about the Batavia Township tax levy? Because when I get to the budget, I'll just suggest that we need to do, we need to do a study of wages, and I think that Tammy wants to hire people, and she also has some additional expenditures, which we need to build into the budget. So we'll face that problem.
So we can't change salaries, but you can.
Well, we can
there's
change,
enough
no,
work, you can
because there are
make-
several kinds of salaries. There are the elected official salaries, which are set for 4 years. There are all the employees of the assessor's office, the employees of the highway department, and the one employee of the supervisor. We could raise those to whatever you want to raise them to. We can't, the employer could. There are 3 employers. There's the highway commissioner, the assessor, and the supervisor.
All right, thank you. That's basically what my question was, so
Yeah.
thank you.
That's it.
Okay, I just want to make sure we're on the same page.
Yeah,
I knew we set the salaries and they're set for 4 years, so I just didn't want
yeah,
there to be any confusion.
eventually what we'll get when we get to the budget, and Chris and I are working on it, is a projection of wages and where we want to make some increases.
Just so you know, for the folks that watch, I don't want them to think that the set salaries are getting moved around.
No.
That's all. That's all. I didn't
No.
want there to be any confusion.
No, it's just for the public knowledge. The salaries for elected officials are set before the election last spring. And so for 4 years, those salaries are set. All right?
Thank you.
And don't change. Unless there was some years we have built in an increase for elected officials. Any questions, concerns about the township, general town, assessor, general assistance, mental health levy? If not, this is the proposal. Any questions about the highway commission levy? Chris, do you want to say anything?
Yeah, this levy's about 10,000 higher than last year's levy. I actually start with the budget and work backwards to the levy. So we're gonna need to spend more money on labor. And so I took the 1.4%, then I took our actual tax rate times the 11 million, and it came up to about 12 or 13,000 that I could have raised it. But I didn't feel like I needed to do all that this year. So, and I like to do it so it comes out close. Last year I got $10,000 more than I asked for from the county. So, most years I'm within 50, 60 bucks, so. But I'm training Mr. Tracy here. I'll take the next step next year.
I may be I may get trained eventually. How long have you been the highway commissioner? You've had more time to learn.
19 years in come December.
You've had more time to learn, see?
Yeah. So, we'll let you slide.
I don't slide.
Well, that depends.
No, I mean, doing the levy and the budget is great fun. Sort of.
Doesn't take very long once you set it up.
Takes me any longer. Any questions about the road, or the road district levy?
What is GR and PR that appear,
General road fund and permanent road fund.
and they each get the same amount?
Mhm.
40,157.69 to GR, 40,157.69 to PR.
You don't see where you're reading that on the levy.
Read it out. He's transferred those funds, I believe. That's a fund transfer, isn't it? Right here. Yeah. From here to here. Or not?
Yeah,
They're both twos.
I don't know.
That's my,
When we get a check from or deposit from the county, it goes into I believe this goes into the road fund, right?
yeah,
You split it out, because I give you the percentage to split.
yeah, that's what
A
happens.
certain percentage goes to the general, and a certain percentage goes to the road fund. That percentage is set, like once this levy is set, then the percentage of these two will come out of every tax bill, or every tax check that we get, tax filing. So this is confusing me, well, so I'm not real sure.
Oh, yeah, that's just showing that taxes came in. The Kane County property tax, the total was that came in during October was $40,157.69. This is the percentage.
Okay, so he's showing his work there, Walt.
10% goes to the general fund and 89% goes to the,
Right,
Right.
okay.
right. But it has to equal 100. So it's a little, it's more
So
than
the actual
10.
dollar amounts over on the left.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, you see.
Gotcha?
Yep.
Yep, perfect sense. I
Yeah.
like that.
We got
Well, I'm glad you do.
got through that
When
without
things make sense,
Chalbert.
I like it.
Hear that one? We got through that without Chalbert.
Yeah.
Mr. Chalbert, sorry.
Yeah, Any other questions? So if you do have questions in the next month, bring them up. We can always adjust this in December when we take the final vote. Right? Right.
I
Maybe.
believe so.
I think so too.
These have to be out at least 30 days ahead of action taken. So
Yeah, so that's why we're doing it now.
Some years, we don't have 30 days between the two meetings. So we have to do this in October.
And then once you all pass the levy, then the clerk files it with the county. All right. Anything else on the levies? Any trustee reports?
Nope.
From I.
Not for me this year,
Speak now
this
or-
month, thank you.
Speak now or forever hold.
Tom, it's up to you.
No, I have nothing, sorry.
He's got to go and blow leaves for the neighbors.
I'm going to make a very brief supervisor's report that in addition to working on the budget and making sure we've got the levy done correctly, we're going to take a look at wages to be paid in the next fiscal year. We need to take a look at whether or not we want to go with a different payroll service. So that we're considering that currently. I think we're really stuck with our phone and internet service since there is a penalty for early cancellation. I'm not sure we want to pay $11,000 to change from call one to something else. We need to work on some things having to do with the website. And essentially that is what we're going to be working on.
Did you guys ever get training to change things,
Yes,
do the amendments as far as
yes,
revision of dates and
Yes.
stuff like that?
yes. Okay. Any other concerns other than that? If not, then I would entertain a motion to adjourn.
I'll make a motion to adjourn tonight's meeting.
Good.
No second?
A motion and a second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
None opposed. The meeting is adjourned. Our next meeting is December 14th.